introduction.
Hi, my name is Leo Salman. I work at the FKI and I'm going to present you some ideas about the OrganiK project. In this project we help people from SMEs to classify documents and to exchange knowledge within their organization. And for this we are helping them analyzing and classifying documents. So, to create a classification system for it. So the case, what we have here is that, for example, Andrea, a woman working at SAP, has to look at documents which she's going to buy from Leserauskunft. So she reads through articles, and she's very interested in articles about fashion. And then she takes these articles, and another guy, Robert, then also reads these articles. Okay.
Hi, my name is Gunnar. I also work in OrganiK. The first thing that happens when Leserauskunft starts to use the OrganiK system is that they will add a bunch of documents to the system. The system will analyze these documents and build a model of the important things that are talked about in these documents. These are called concepts, and we will try to build a tree of concepts. So we will try to find different things and how they relate to each other by automatically analyzing the documents. So here we start with some documents. From each of these we will then extract some terms. Clothing, fashion,
Sales.
and business, choose, etc. So from each document we will get different terms that are important for this document. What we will try to do is to put these together and put them into a hierarchy of terms so that we have generic terms on top. So in theory we have things. Everything comes together in one thing, and below this we have a hierarchy. Here we have clothing, we have suits, shoes, we have
Sales.
whatever, departments, and departments we have human resources, we have sales, etc. We end up with a tree, a hierarchical tree of all the things that are talked about in the various documents. This is automatically extracted from OrganiK, so when the first people come to actually use OrganiK, we already have this tree, which at the start may not cover everything they want to talk about, but will cover many of the concepts that are important in their area of business. Now, once this is done, all these documents go off to the database and are stored here. Okay. Now, the first user of OrganiK comes along. This is Andrea. Andrea would like to add a new document to the system. Now, using the same process as we initially extracted the tags for the document, we extract tags again. In this case, the document is related to suits, which we already had. It's related to
René Lessard.
René,
Who's a person.
who is a person. In addition to this, Andrea reads the documents. She agrees with the suggested terms, but she says that actually this document also talks about sandals, because René wears sandals with his suit. What happens now? Andrea will accept these terms. They will now be added to the tree that was automatically generated beforehand. So suits is already here. Sandals is another type of clothing. In fact, sandals is a type of shoe, and it gets added here. And another category for person, and René is added. In addition to now enriching the list of concepts that we know in the OrganiK platform, now we also know that Andrea, the person, had added these things. Therefore, we know that Andrea has a certain interest in the things that we talked about in the document she added. So we store the link that she's interested in this person René, she's interested in sandals and in suits.
And we also relate the document here.
Yes. Of course, we also now know that the document is related to these things. So later, if you were to navigate the OrganiK platform, you could look up a concept here and say, René, this René Lizard, who is relevant for this person? Is it? And you will find that Andrea is interested in this, and also a list of documents that is related to this.
Okay, now another person joins. This is Robert, also working at the company. He comes to join OrganiK and adds another document, where it's again about René Lizard. So the system S with Andrea adds a relation between the document and René. It also adds a relation between the document between René and Robert. What Robert has now seen is that Robert is related, or he's interested in the concept of René Lizard, the person. Immediately, OrganiK sees that there is another document here, the document that Andrea has added before. And OrganiK can say to Robert, Robert, there is another document about René. And also, Andrea is subscribed to an intelligent feed by OrganiK, which recommends her to look at new documents or things that are interesting to her. So, OrganiK sees that Andrea was interested in René before. A new document was added about this, about René Lizard, and there is a notification to Andrea in here. Andrea, there is a new document that may be interesting to you.
OrganiK is able to match up these documents and people because everything maintains links to the same tree of concepts. And because we all share the same concepts and links to the other things, it is easy to compute that what documents are similar to the personal profile of Andrea, what documents are similar to each other, these documents are similar, they both talk about René, etc. This is the power of the tagging in OrganiK.
Yes. And now we're going to talk about the statistics in OrganiK, because if you do this with a lot of documents, you end up with a potentially very big tree and with potentially many documents and many users. And then the tree gets so complex and complicated that it's not helpful anymore. And also, on the documents, it's hard to find the documents that you're interested in. If we scale up to thousands of concepts that can be used for tagging and millions of documents, then it's not so clear yet, again, if Andrea is interested in René or if Robert is interested here or not. Because maybe when Andrea is interested in suits, she may be interested in clothing, but not 100%. So what we can say from what we've seen before is that Andrea is interested in René with a number of 1. She's really interested. Robert is interested in René with a number of 1. This document is related to René with a number of 1. This document is related with René with a number of 1. Because Andrea and Robert have both manually, by looking at the document, assigned that René is a good concept for the document, this means that René is a good concept for the company, because the employees of the company have assured that this is a good concept. So René gets a 1.
Other things that were mentioned in the document, such as suits, were not automatically added, but they were guessed based on either natural language processing or just counting. So this might have a smaller weight. So say suits only related to this document was 0.8. And sandals was also manually added, so this is 1. Whereas Andrea's interest in suits was also not explicitly stated, so she's only 0.7 interested in suits. By using weights here for everything rather than just linking, let's just build a much more dynamic model and allows more interesting algorithms for matching up people and documents and things through the tree.
Yeah, and also it saves time, because once Andrea and Robert work with the system, it would take a lot of time to build this tree, and it would take a lot of time to add these documents to the tree. But if we do it automatically with numbers, then we can say automatically this document is rated here with 0.7. And if you're only interested in 1.0 things, in really important things, then it will show you only the important things. But the machine can work overnight and do the annotations for you. And then the machine sums up and comes to smaller values. So you don't have to do all the tagging by hand. You say, there is a tree of, let's say, 100,000 topics that we have found, but actually I'm only interested in the top 100 things that are relevant for me, and I don't have to look at the 100,000 terms. And to do this automatically and to save time for the people to work here, we need these numbers.
So that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Everything.
Any final last words? No.
No, that's it.
Where does the number comes from?
Where does